Hold on, I ain't ready yet. Almost there. Okay. Alrighty then. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Royal Sussex Live. That was a last minute thumbnail. Let's see. All right, I'm good. I am so good. Okay, let's see. Who do we have here? Well, hello. Let's see. Annie Bennett, Sister and Cece. Church Nellie is here. And Janine Bell, Myra V, Annie Bennett. Yeah, I said that. Eric Adu. Connie Bomber. Hey, Connie. Rochelle Baudreau. Novi D. And who else? Rosa Roberts wants to say hi to a few people. I think we can help out. There we go. Hey, Stephen Black is here. Hello. And who else? Pam Porter. Margaret Rowland. Hello. Joan Commonwealther is here. Hi. Marcia Ware is here. Okay, I'll take your word for it. And let's see. Church Nellie. Humorous TikTok. You have a humorous TikTok? Glad to hear that. Very good. Let's see. I got to thinking just now. I wonder if there's any of those anti-royal Sussex channels. That would be interesting to see. Somebody having sport with me like that. That might be kind of cool. That way I will know that I have arrived. Hello, sunshine. And who else is here? Okay, and Lucy Wynn, I believe, is here. Lynn. I'm just scrolling all the way back, making sure I don't miss anything. Okay, not too much. All right. So last night I went to bed and I did not schedule a thing for today, but I realized that when I woke up. So I took care of that. I slept very well last night. Thank goodness. I went to Costco yesterday just to get bottled water. There was quite a few things in Costco that I picked up and I put it right back down. I picked it up, I put it right back down. That was the discipline I used yesterday. Hello, Iris Demonia. So let's see. Let me get some slides up here. All right. And Ania 13 Paul, hi. Mary H, hello. Oh, no Lydia today, huh? And what about Anastasia Isabella? Hello, Joan Garcia. Uh, Carolyn Sowers is here. Great. Okay, let me stop doing that. Sylvia Fielder, Sugar Queen. I got to get my slides up. I want to say hi to everybody, but I got to get my slides together. There we go. Yes, hello to the Mod Squad. Thank you for that, Sylvia Fielder. Yes, let's just say hello to the Mod Squad. Very good. All right, there we go. So, look at what's been trending for quite some time. I don't know how you guys have been able to achieve this, but it is because of the Sussex squad. I'm sure of that. It is because of the Sussex squad. The Sussexes have been trending like crazy. So this was from yesterday, actually, but Archwell has been trending. Harry has been trending. Meghan has been trending. I mean, it's been ongoing, right? And it's all because of you guys. I mean, they are the epitome of what it is to be relevant, but also in the world of Twitter, because as you know, the Sussexes are not on social media. So it really is up to people like us, the Sussex squad, to make sure that they are present and accounted for. We have to be their voice. I mean, of course, officially we're not, but we have to help give their causes and their activities a voice. Okay. All right. There we go. So let's go on to here. So this is big news today for some reason. Um and when I say for some reason, I only mean in that it seems as though they are just constantly trying to rewrite and reinterpret the history of things that happened a long time ago. And as I thought about it, I'm like, why is this relevant? Who does this seem to help? And as they are trying to reform the I guess the reputation of Camilla, I think that's the only person that I can think of that's really helped by this. The fact that this is big news. I, you know, because I saw this article today, I started going back and I started looking at some of the photos of Tiggy and Charles. I mean, there's a lot to incriminate, but anyway, for whatever reason, the BBC um, paid damages to the ex-royal nanny over Bashir rather, deceitful Diana interview. I don't get that. I really don't get that. That's not to say that the BBC and Martin Bashir hadn't done anything. I just don't understand why is this still a thing. Twiggy seems to have been a lot of things to a lot of people in the royal household. Um, Apparently, Diana didn't like her and, and seen her as a threat. But then there's also this idea that Camilla thought she was dangerous and may become a problem for Charles and Camilla's future, right? And then, of course, there's the rumors about a baby and that Charles had told her allegedly to have an abortion, right? But in spite of all of that, it is said that Harry doesn't really do anything big in life without running it past, well, at least before he was married, without running it past Tiggy. So apparently, if she's this, the way I see it, if she's like this, um, force of negativity in the lives of everybody involved, then how is it she and Harry are still so close? When Harry went to Wells, one of the places they stopped off was at Tiggy's so that he could introduce the Duchess of Sussex, or I'm sorry, the future Duchess of Sussex, to Tiggy. So Tiggy was like, well, she was hired as a nanny, right? And then she became kind of like a big sister to Harry and that other guy. So I don't know. It is. I don't know why this is a thing all of a sudden. I'm trying to figure out why is this important now? Why? Oh, maybe this will help. Legs. Maybe you can help us with Legs Burke, Tiggy Legs Burke. The royal family is trying to play the long game. They need to erase Diana to embiggen Camilla. Yeah. They need to erase Harry and Meghan to embiggen Baldylocks and that other person. Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. It, it's just like this is just so out of the blue, right? Not that she wasn't paid damages, but was there even a court case? Or was this, I don't remember there being even a court case, let alone the fact that they needed to do that. Is this like an out of court settlement or something? Gladys Favors, hello to you. Okay, thank you. Oh, by the way, thank you so much for the super chat, Legs, and thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, so let's go here. The Daily Fail is in the middle of a full assault against Meghan with that fake book. They're terrified of Harry's book coming out because he has the truth. I mean, the true inside story, rather. The truth will win out. Can't wait. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you know what, Tiger Hub, thank you so much for that. That brings me back front and center to what's really important here is that they're trying to find something that will stick or something that they could at least turn up the heat on it in case it is covered in that book. Yes, that makes a lot of sense. This is like all in preparation of Harry's book, which, as we know, the book is finished, has been finished for a little while, and excuse me, and they're just running it past the lawyers right now. They're doing what is prudent by any publishing company. They're running it past the lawyers to make sure that there isn't anything, that would get anybody in trouble, which is typical. So yeah, thank you so much, Tiger Hub. That is very helpful. Joan Garcia says it appears Rags right about 20 years ago stuff since people worldwide are praising Harry and Meghan. Yes, yes, they are. Yes, they are. There's no storyline that is too old that they can't revise it in time to try and bring down Harry and Meghan. John Garcia, that is so true. That is so true. That is so true. I promise you guys, you're being very helpful to me because I've been trying to sort this out. I'm just like, okay, but now why? Why is this timing so important? it if it doesn't have anything to do with that dreaded book. Which, by the way, have you guys know that that new dreaded book is not getting as much airplay as the old dreaded book? Did you notice that? And I think the big difference is the other book from that other person. At least she was somewhat well known to an older generation of Americans. This other person that seems like he needs an enema, he's not so well known, and he does appear to be a little more pompous, and and I believe it was Omen Scobie who said, "Oh, great, another old white man attacking a woman of color," something like that. He said he tweeted that some time ago, and then of course the other royal reporters kind of piled up on him because he brought race into it. I think from the time that Harry was known to have been dating the Duchess of Sussex, race has been a factor, and not because of Harry, not because of our Duchess, because of the tabloid press and the people who turn to them for aid and comfort when they want to try to embiggen themselves, as they say. So, yeah, exactly. Thank you so much, John Garcia. Thank you for being a member, by the way. Um, Elaine Parker, thank you so much for the super sticker. Happy Thursday to you, and thank you ever so much for watching Royal Sussex. Oh, Elaine, didn't we have quite a day yesterday? Right? Did you see the? Well, I know I told you guys. I feel so bad. I told you all that I was done, and about 500 people left. But after you guys left, we had like one of the best times ever on Royal Sussex. I do apologize for that. So if you didn't see anything after I said, okay, that's it, guys. If you haven't seen anything after that, please go back and rewatch like maybe the last one third of the video. Like after I said, okay, you guys can get out of here. I do apologize for that, but I didn't know that it was gonna, take that turn, and it did, and it was awesome. And some of you guys missed it. I was gonna post it on the community tab, but I wasn't sure how to do it. But I think what I may have to do is to like edit that part, and I don't know. But until then, try to go back and watch it because it was really good. And I'm sorry you guys missed that, but we just didn't know that it was going to go that direction. So, sorry. But anyway, thank you so much, Elaine. Happy Thursday to you. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, Miss P Talk says it's a thing because they need to clear any misunderstanding that they claim about Martin this year, so that Camilla will look good in the future, which is not possible for quite a few reasons, Miss P Talks. But yeah, that's what I'm so glad you guys are seeing this because I wasn't sure. I'm like, this kind of seems like it's more about making a way for Camilla than righting a wrong by paying out money to Tiggy. Tiggy is one of the many people who knows where all the bodies are buried in that family. She herself, she's not just some girl from a small town that they hired to come in and help. I mean, she's been close to that family for some time, I think. And if not herself, then her husband has been. Well, her husband, he's like some kind of, I don't know what his ranking is, but he's got some kind of ranking. And even though she's not as close to the family, he is still in the cavalry or something like that. So go figure. Diane Hawkins, ooh, this ought to be good. Diane Hawkins says the Tiggy story is likely a distraction from the wonderfulness of the Sussexes and the inferiority of those still trying to figure out uh how how to coconut. Please don't make me think about Skipper, because if I think about Skipper, I'm going to think about that other person in that blue jumpsuit. So don't make me think about Skipper. Um, but you're right, Diane. You're so right. This is just a distraction. I'm so glad other people see this because I saw that this morning. I'm just like, okay, and what about it? What about it? Uh, Thank you, Diana. Let me see. Lorna Williams says, Baron, I think a lot of legal things are going to be settled before Harry's book comes because if Harry is called to testify, it's game over. Ooh, huh. Wow, Lorna, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's brilliant. Absolutely. Absolutely. Because depending on what's in the book, let's say if what's in the book somehow reinforces or coincides with something that may be in court right now, then Harry would have gone on the record. Oh, Lorna, Lorna, what are you doing? You have just pulled a Columbo. You have just, you've just like, I don't know. You have done a Jessica Fletcher all over this thing. Wow. What are you doing? You good. Wow. I like that. Yeah, because okay, that's we're getting there. We're getting there. We are getting somewhere, you guys. Thank you so much for that. Oh, and thank you for being a member too. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Elaine Porter says, I'm writing a biography on Harry and Meghan. Can I interview anyone? Can I pay you? I mean, I can't pay you. You could do like everybody else. Pay me absolutely no attention. Wow, this is getting good, you guys. I feel like we're getting somewhere. Okay, Iohima Nawa Palu? Padulu. Whether Meghan made Kate cry or not, it's obvious Kate is unhappy. Those laughs of hers are frightful overcompensation. Yes, overcompensation. You're right. Yes, she seems to go from um, bewilderment to total ecstasy in a heartbeat. I mean, she is all over the place. The spectrum of her personality seems to rise and fall constantly. And it's when she thinks nobody's looking that it's like the mask has slipped and then suddenly you find yourself dealing with this very miserable unhappy person. And I wouldn't dare want to think that I'm anything like one of those um, body language experts, but the hands, the posture, all of those things look like someone who's very, very frightened of her surroundings, just in constant fear and anxiety. It looks like constant fear and anxiety. Thank you so much for your comment. But that is what I see. Roy B says Diana's legacy and memory can never be erased, not on Harry's watch. He is carrying on her work and always pays homage to her, and he did at the United Nations. British media got mad at that. Oh, they were mad at everything about that day. Everything. Everything about that day. And because of the very serious demeanor that Harry had, then that was used to portray him as being unhappy and angry. And um, it's incredible. It takes your breath away to see how they can um, interpret any situation involving the Sussexes to suit their purposes. Any situation. It doesn't matter. Like, a matter of fact, I'm going to talk about that later on. The suit that he was wearing, even that became some type of thing. So, okay. Dara Edgehill, thank you so much for the super sticker. Happy Thursday to you. And thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, so I'm going to Gonna move on here. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, anyway, we see that the BBC has agreed to pay substantial damages to the former royal nanny Tiggy Legs Burke after false allegations that she had an affair with Prince Charles were used to obtain Martin Bashir's 1995 interview with Diana, Princess of Wales. And then the next one here, um, Burke's solicitor, Louise Prince, that's her name, Louise Prince, told the High Court the allegation caused serious personal consequences for all concerned. That's a monumental understatement. As well as the allegations of an affair, the court was told Legs Burke was falsely accused of becoming pregnant with Charles's baby and having an abortion. Ugh. Now known as Alexandra Pettifer, had not known the source of the allegations over the past 25 years, but that it was now likely the false and malicious allegations arose as a result of in the context of the BBC Paranorma, is it Panorama? I'm sorry, Panorama efforts to procure an executive interview. I'm sorry, executive. Listen to me. Exclusive interview with with Diana, Princess of Wales. Okay, this is what jars me is the idea that there was a baby and a. It's bad enough to think anybody had a child with Charles, but that somebody would actively do anything with him rather being coerced as a teenager. Yuck. Ugh. I mean, it's one thing to pull the hoodwink over someone who didn't know better, but that Legs would like walk into something with him. Yuck. Ugh. I mean, him starting a family with anybody just makes my skin crawl. He's just so yucky. Yucky. I mean, just salivating and frothing at the mouth and oh, and that rubbery face of his. Ugh. Oh, iron shoelaces and someone putting he's just so bizarre. He's so bizarre. He's not even a person. He's like a characterization of himself. So if anybody has accused someone of having an affair with him, they deserve to get paid. I thought about this morning. I'm just like, yuck. They deserve to get paid. Could you imagine? Well, we already know what the bedroom talk is for him, so he's just too creepy for words. Poor Diana. That's all I can say is poor Diana. She didn't know better. But to think that somebody who was an adult, eyes wide open, walked into something with him, that is just bizarre. Ugh. I'm sorry. I had to let that out. But it's just bizarre. I could see that if somebody was like, oh, everybody in the family's like, oh, you ought to think about him. You ought to. Okay, I get that. Diana didn't know better. She was what, 19 years old? But a grown adult woman walks into something like that with him. Yuck. Ugh. Okay. Ugh. I need a bucket. Ugh. I need an air sickness bag at the thought of that. Anyway, so Martin Bashir's Lord false claim. Sorry, you guys. Charles of all people. Charles. Ugh. Prince Charles the love machine. You know, could you imagine that? I'm just a love machine and I can't work for nobody but you. Could you imagine that? Ooh. Okay, you guys, I have ruined your lunch. Let me move on. Oh, and then he takes you for a stroll through High Grove and talks you to death. Oh, okay, okay. I gotta stop thinking about him and Leggy or Peggy or Twiggy or Tiggy, whatever her name is. I gotta stop thinking about that. Just the thought of it. Okay, so where was I at? I gotta get that out of my mind. Maybe I should go back to Costco's. That'll help me erase that. All right. So, where was I? Okay, yeah, right here. I'm sorry. Bashir's lurid and false claim that he says fueled Diana's fear and paranoia and drove his parents apart. So then they send this crazy person out there and trot him in front of the cameras. When he went out there, it just seemed like he did not want to be there. It was as though he had agreed to do something, but I don't know, maybe he was willing to do it for take one for the team, but he goes out there and he calls his mother paranoid and frightened and alone and isolated and all those things. um, I'm sure to some degree she was, but not for the reasons that he specifies. They tried to change the history by throwing everything on Martin Bashir rather than address. Wait, I almost sound like Dan Wooten. Rather than address the fact that all the negativity toward them was coming from inside the family. Ugh, I almost sound like him. Well, okay, get this though. Um, where was I going with this? So they pile up on Martin Bashir, right? But it was Diana's brother that introduced him to Princess Diana. See how they rewrite the history? Martin Bashir did not have a relationship, working professional, interview relationship, anything like that, reporter. There was no connection between Martin Bashir and Princess Diana, but for the fact that her brother made the introduction. Her brother made the inroad. And then, like the dummy that he is, he goes on one of those documentaries or news reports and say that you can draw a line between the day my sister met Martin Bashir and the day she died in Paris. Okay, who's holding the pencil? We know there's a line, but who's holding the pencil? Her brother. Her brother is the one that introduced them. He didn't have enough sense to notice the danger that would come from meeting Martin Bashir. No. But Princess Diana's own brother was the one that made the introduction. And when he said that, I couldn't believe it. I'm just like, you know, we could hear you, right? Right? You do know we can hear you. Why are you saying out loud the bits that should have been kept quiet, like the fact that you introduced Martin Bashir to your sister? And not only that, there was another time when he said something that he probably shouldn't have. And I'm not saying that I didn't want him to say it. I'm glad that he was dumb enough to put it out there. But Charles Spencer, the Earl Spencer, said that Diana wanted to come home, but I wouldn't let her. I couldn't allow it because all of the press and the paparazzi would have been drawn to Althorpe. Okay, so again, you know we could hear you, right? The bits that I wouldn't have told anybody that. I would have kept that to myself if I was him. You're telling us that you introduced your sister to Martin Bashir. You made the inroad. Then you also, in another interview, you're saying that that Diana wanted to seek refuge to her ancestral home and birthplace, Althorpe, and you refused. And so, if you're going to start drawing lines, okay, do I have to finish that? If you're going to start drawing lines, why are you throwing Martin Bashir into this and not mention? Well, I can't say he didn't mention himself because he did twice. I'm just like, what a dum dum. Does he realize we can hear him? You do know that everybody can hear you, right? Right. I couldn't believe it. Not once, but twice. It just goes to show that because you're an aristocrat does not mean that you're the sharpest tool in the shed. If anything, it could be the opposite. I mean, look at William. Okay, there's a super chat from Legs that says, if the BBC ruined his mother's life, one should ask how. Is it that the firm saw her as a threat and did their best to torture her? Her words matter. Yeah, exactly. That they saw her as a threat. I just looked at that clip today where she said that she was being punished because they saw her position in the family as a non-starter. I believe that's the words that she used, that they saw her position as a non-starter, and that apparently that there were people who just did not want her to ever be queen, and that she could not see herself. As a matter of fact, why don't you listen to her words?
No, I don't. No.
Why do you think that?
I'd like to be a queen of people's hearts, in people's hearts, but I don't see myself being queen of this country. I don't think many people would want me to be queen. Actually, when I say many people, I mean the establishment that I'm married into, because they've decided that I'm a non-starter.
Why do you think they've decided that?
Because I do things differently, because I don't go by a rule book, because I lead from the heart, not the head. And albeit that's got me into trouble in my work, I understand that. But someone's got to go out there and love people and show it.
And do you think that because of the way you behave, that's precluded you effectively from becoming queen?
Yes, well, not precluded me, I wouldn't say that. I just don't think I have as many supporters in that environment than I did. Yeah.
You mean within the royal household?
Mm-hmm. They see me as a threat of some kind. I'm here to do good. I'm not a destructive person.
Why do they see you as a threat?
I think every strong woman in history has had to walk down a similar path, and I think it's the strength that causes the confusion and the fear. Why is she strong? Where does she get it from? Where is she taking it? Where is she going to use it? Why do the public still support her? When I say public, you go into an engagement and there's a great many people there.
Well, that sounds hauntingly similar to our Duchess, right? Why does the public still support her? When I go to an engagement, why are there so many people that are still there? Boy, that sounds familiar. So, anyway, thank you so much for the comment, Legs. Oh, man. I did not think that Thursday was going to go this direction, but it did. Thursday seems to be a day of revisionist history, thanks to the establishment. Let's see here. Who else wants in on this? Will not has no class. Money can't buy you class, as the song says. Thank you, Joan Garcia. Mercedes Todd says, that's why I see people let the Spencer family get away with too much because her brother and sisters are nothing, did nothing to help her. Well, the sisters, I don't think the sisters were really in a good position to help. The brother, however, as head of the household, as the Earl Spencer, he would be the one better suited to actually help. But I believe that for a long time he had made a life for himself in South Africa. And by the time his father, the Earl Spencer, died, he made a beeline for Althorp and threw out his stepmother, uh, which, by the way, if you've read the accounts of that, she said that she actually had packed luggage that had her name on it, and that the luggage was stripped away from her and her belongings placed in plastic bin liners. And that is how she left Althorp forever. So there was a lot of bad blood between Rain Spencer, that's Diana's stepmother, and the current Earl of the Earl Spencer. So anyway, that's Tiggy. That's Tiggy and Charles and Harry. And then there's Tiggy, and I believe that may be her son at Harry's wedding in 2018. So let's see. Christina Antone says, I don't know why someone likes telling lies on innocent people. May God help them all. Christina, um, I guess the almighty pound or dollar is more important to them. I mean, there is I think Petal talked about it last night. I was at the Costco pushing the cart around, trying not to buy anything loaded with carbs, and listening to Petal. And Petal spoke yesterday about the billion-dollar industry of hate against the Duchess of Sussex. And it's those same dark forces, as Harry used the term, that targeted his mother. And it doesn't stop. And you guys, when I totally get the part about, oh, we shouldn't give it oxygen, we shouldn't give it air. Those people are not going to go away because of something we do or don't say here. They're not going to go away. They're making too much money. When I said yesterday that the Duchess of Sussex is the most vetted woman alive today, the most vetted, um, or I'm sorry, the most recently most vetted woman. I would say Hillary Clinton has been vetted more than anybody living today, but a close second to that in terms of women in the United States, it would have to be the Duchess of Sussex. Anytime that there is a presidential election, you go through this whole cycle of disinformation, and it's really called the vetting process. So Hillary Clinton was vetted when Bill Clinton ran the first time, the second time, then she ran for the Senate the first time, the second time, then she ran for president the first time, and then the second time. So those are at least six occasions where Hillary Clinton was vetted, as though you're going to find something. It's just like with the Supreme Court. Let me explain it like this. Ketanji Brown Jackson was vetted to become a federal judge in the first place. And then she goes through a whole nother vetting process, as though her life has changed dramatically in just a few years, where they go all the way back to the first time they changed her diaper, to the day that she is in front of the Senate committee for the judicial hearing or whatever, and she's vetted all over again. It happens. Now, it's a continuous thing for some, and for others, it runs with the election cycles. So the Duchess of Sussex has been fully vetted again and again and again since I'm going to say 2016. She's been investigated. She's been vetted. The Queen has access to MI6, MI5, whatever you want to call it. They have vetted, vetted, vetted. Plus, you have had investigative reporters vetting the Duchess of Sussex, and they come up with nothing again and again. Nothing. But that doesn't stop them. It is ongoing because at this point, it's just making too much money. Anastasia Isabella, welcome. The royal family doesn't believe in medical health issues, nor do they care about the medical health of others. St. Catherine doesn't even know anything about medical health or even care at all. Well, thank you very much for your comment, Anastasia. But, well, we do know that the royal family has had people. I believe there was one male child who suffered from, what was it? Was it cerebral palsy or anyway? I know he had seizures and such. He was institutionalized, removed from the family, disappeared from the family history, and then there were the two cousins that were placed in an institution. So the royal family and their history of trying to hide things like that goes back a long, long way. Thank you for your comment. Oh, anyway, trigger warning. Um, you know what? I was just being petty when I found that and stuck that up there. That was the only reason. I was just being petty. But yeah, all of this, I believe, is to uplift and protect her. Hello, Cynthia Ashton. Wow, I'm missing a whole bunch of comments. I'm scrolling and it just seems to go on forever. Okay, I'm just going to go all the way to the. uh, uh, what would Picasso do? I used to have a bracelet that said, "What would Picasso do?" Okay. uh, Okay, Lex says the old Spencer was afraid of the media. When Diana wanted to leave, he told her she couldn't return because he didn't want the press, so he turned his back on her. Yes, and he told everybody that he did it. He said on that documentary and told people that that's what I did to my sister. That I shooed her away. She could not live any place on the property. Diana asked if she could come home because she was being hounded by the press. She didn't feel safe at Kensington Palace. She didn't feel safe anyplace else. So she asked her brother. This is really sad. She asked her brother if she could come home, and he refused. But yet, we're supposed to draw a line to Martin Bashir, and we're supposed to totally ignore the fact that he refused her request to come home. Do you guys know how big Althorpe is? It's huge. And they have multiple properties. Diana would have been safe there. Although I don't know how safe because possibly one of her own family members, her brother, possibly, allegedly, would have just led the press right to the front door. Yeah, there she is right there. I mean, he's well, anyway, let me stop. But not a nice guy. Not a nice guy. The Charles Spencer is yeah, I mean, when you see him in conversation, you just know that he's not the sharpest tool in the shed. Not too bright at all. Not too bright. Um and again, his sister asked for help and he refused. His sister asked for help and he refused. And so she found herself trying to find some way, someone with enough wealth to protect her, I would imagine. For instance, Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis. She needed someone with deep pockets in order to keep herself and her family safe. And so, that's how she found herself with what's his name? Onassis. I mean, I don't think she was ever in love with him, but she needed security. She needed security. So let's hope that that wasn't the only thing that put Diana in the position she ended up in. But you think about it, if Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis um, only could find security that kind of way, and here you have Princess Diana with the whole weight of the institution against her. So, what else did she have? Oh man, so yeah, you guys, it really is a very sad and somewhat um frustrating, very heavy topic. The whole idea of what Diana had gone through with that family. Let me see if I can find a. Oh, yeah, I was just looking for a photo of her genius brother. I'll share a photo of Charles Spencer if you guys like to see. Give me just a second here. I will share an image of him. Although it, oh my God, he has nutty written all over him. Just just totally nuts. Um and I had a lot of respect for him because I saw that very vigorous defense of his sister at her funeral, but it's almost hard to believe that the same person who spoke with such reverence about his sister, um, and pretty much chastised the Queen of England in front of the world. I mean, pretty much, you know, everybody was like, he said what needed to be said, and now he's so chummy with the Windsors. It's almost hard to believe that he's the same person. It's very difficult to believe that he's the same person, but he's very chummy um, with the Queen all of a sudden. As a matter of fact, he's almost like a favorite again. His father was definitely one of the wealthiest of the there he is. That's Charles Spencer telling I guess it was the BBC, how he refused to let his sister come home when she asked to come home. There's Charles Spencer trying to figure out, do I kiss her or lick her boots? I don't know. Kiss her, lick her boots. Kiss her, lick her boots. Don't know. And of course, there he is giving the Queen the what for. That was the day when I had a humongous amount of respect for him. But you know what? Just like the other Charles, when we saw Charles Windsor, Charles the Prince of Wales, when we saw Prince Charles take Doria's hand, we thought, there is some type of humanity in this guy. I mean, look at the way he's being so attentive to Doria, welcoming her to the family, only to find out that he would strip security away from his own child and his family. It's amazing how the two Charlies, the Princess Diana, the man in her life that was supposed to protect her did not. The adult man in her life could not protect her. And as an adult, one of her own sons is trying to rewrite the history of what happened to her. But she was let down by this Charles and by her brother Charles. I mean, you just could not make that up. You could not make that up. But she was let down by the two Charlies. Yep, she was let down by them both. That's my opinion. Totally let down. The press is hounding me. I feel so unsafe. Can I please come home to Althorpe? Nope, we won't have any of that here. But then, after she's gone, then he wants to chastise the Queen in front of the entire world. And we all applauded, not realizing that he refused to let her come back to Althorpe. And I'm not making this up. I don't have to say allegedly. He said it himself. He said it himself. It'd be different if I was just like, I think he probably, I don't have to say that. He did. He said on camera that she wanted to come home, but we didn't want all that over here. So I told her no. What a hero. Now that's the anyway, I gotta leave this guy alone. Let me get out of here. Let me get out of here. I need to. Oh, by the way, I have this theory that, well, anyway, you've heard it before. That was just one of my pettier things. It's just that I wanted to remind people the striking resemblance of. I just wanted to remind people of that striking resemblance from the late actor Ernest Borgnine and the Duchess of Cornwall. Not that it's germane or important in any way to today's conversation, but I just wanted to share that. That's all. Okay, Lydia Barber says Earl Charles Spencer is evil, very selfish. Diana's children know. He gave zero support to Diana and none to Harry. He chucked Rain, his stepmother, out immediately. His dad, yeah, after his dad died, he's a bad man. Well, from all accounts, from everything that I've seen, he is quite the blue blood. He's probably more Windsor than the Windsors. Not that he's, a blood relative, but he seems to have that same vibe going on, where it's a very blue blooded thing to do. Is to just ignore people, and everything is done in the name of that title, the Earl Spencer. So yeah, pretty nasty piece of work, I would say. Thank you for your comment, by the way. Let me see. Nolando Neon Denny says, I remember Charles Spencer's crocodile tears during the speech, blaming everybody else except himself for Diana's death. Yeah, yeah, yep. And they're trying to rewrite history. But I've watched many of those documentaries that he made that sudden appearance, and I'm just like, we can hear you, right? Okay, you guys. So let's by the way, thank you so much for your comment. Let's move on before they rewrite rewrite history before I could even close out today. They'll probably rewrite something else. So we better move before that happens. So yesterday I went on quite a rant because, as you can see from the article on the right side, the Daily Mail once again decided to drag wealthy Americans, philanthropists, actors, and then of course the Sussexes about their private jet use, about their uh, acquired wealth, and what they do with their money. They have even insinuated that people like a Mark Wahlberg or Jay Z or even Steven Spielberg, that they lecture people about the environment. I don't recall hearing any of them lecture us about the environment. Plus, you should know that a lot of people pay the offset for their use of fossil fuels, meaning that the amount of CO2 created by their use of private jets, they will pay to plant a forest, to plant trees. And the offset, the purpose of the offset is just like a house plant. As you emit carbon dioxide, your house plants absorb that carbon dioxide and turn it into oxygen. Now, I know it sounds a bit, you know, far fetched, but that is the best we can do, is to pay the offset, which is a tax that people voluntarily pay so that they could help replant forests that have gone down or fallen or in some cases have been burned away because people want to plant a harvest. And sometimes when the soil won't support agriculture, if you burn the forest, it puts enough nutrients into the soil that it is very fertile. Not for long, but that is a thing that has is old as time. People have been doing that forever. So a lot of those people that they named, they actually pay an offset, like Elton John when he had the Sussexes use his plane to come for a weekend or whatever. He paid that carbon tax, the offset, to pay for that, to make up, to balance it out. Now it's not perfect, but it's better than nothing. And so a lot of those people that the Daily Mail named do exactly that. I don't know that the Queen does that, but I do know that the Queen has a tax funded private jet, the VIP jet with luxury amenities. It was reconfigured for just 13 passengers instead of 37. That is the Queen's private jet. No mention of that in the Daily Mail report. No mention of the Cambridges, no mention of any of that stuff. No mention of the royal family. And this has been something that has been going on for at least 2 years that I can imagine or longer, where they would throw Americans, hardworking Americans, under the bus. They don't go after, like there are some royals, there are some royals in this world who have a private plane that is actually a 747, uh, a 777, an Airbus A380. I mean, there are some huge private planes out there, as big as Air Force One, if not bigger. No mention of those people, no mention whatsoever. But they go after hardworking, wealthy Americans, whether you like them or not. They have worked for what they have. They were not gifted. There's nobody grifted. Oh, did I say grift? Nobody gifted them those things. Okay. And then there's this young lady. I was worried about her. When I saw her taking a photo with the Duchess of Sussex, I said, "Oh my God, please don't let the derangers go into this woman's social media and threaten her family and say nasty things about her and all that kind of stuff." I was so worried about that. And then I found out that she's actually very old school when it comes to this. Take a look at that. That's her social media right there. I believe it's her Instagram. And you can see some of the famous people. Like there's Megan's Andy McDowell right there in the middle. See her wearing the electric blue, and Andy is wearing the green. Remember, Megan said that she was hoping her hair would curl and look like Andy McDowell's. And over time, she said she started looking like Krusty the Clown. Well, there she is. There's a lot of famous people. I think there's that guy that just played Elvis there. Who else do I see? Is that oh, I forget her name. But anyway, there she is with a lot of famous people. So what I'm trying to say is if anybody could take the heat, I suppose she could. She's living her best life, and nobody is going to take that away from her. So don't worry about her, guys. This particular time, I think she's going to be okay. Do worry when I see people take those photos and such, but um, I think she's going to be. Verda Sanchez. Hey, Verda. Let me see. Beautiful ladies and handsome gentlemen in our Sussex family squad sending love and blessings to you all. I am at work, so I can't get everybody's name out. Oh, it's perfectly fine. We're just glad that you're doing well. And thanks for checking in with us. Very nice of you. Yeah, and thanks for letting us keep you company while you're at work. I like that. Okay, thanks, Berta. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. So there's this. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, suited up in a Navy Dior ensemble by Kim Jones to deliver an address to the United Nations General Assembly in New York on International Nelson Mandela Day. Well, okay, now you can see the suit with better lighting, and so those critters, those you know, um, derangers, they were saying that Harry looked frumpy and um, that the suit seemed rather shabby. That is a Dior suit, crazy people. Now, as I said before, there's a big difference between the lighting on the left and the lighting on the right. With the overhead lighting, it's going to bring out lots of lines and any flaws or deviations that is inevitable. Direct lighting versus overhead lighting. Sometimes no lighting is kind to you. But you know, you can see that it and for that matter, who cares? Look at what it's doing for his bicep. Look at how it brings out that very muscular frame of his. And if that's the case, is there anything that's wrong with that lighting? If there's one thing that you can never ever say about Harry is that he doesn't look good in a suit. Harry looks amazing in a suit. Um, like for instance, take a look here. Okay, if there's nothing else Harry is good at, that man can wear a suit. Plain and simple. Nobody can I was about to say pull off a suit, that sounds weird, but nobody can really, there's a few people in our history, like for instance Nelson Mandela always looks to look amazing in a suit or one of those Mandela shirts. Barack Obama, great physique, always, could wear a suit. Even Justin Trudeau. Well, and then there's Prince Harry. Don't come for him. Do not do that. You are exposing yourselves to rangers as fools. You can say whatever you want, and we're just going to ignore you, but we're not going to allow that one. Harry is wearing that Dior suit. Okay? Don't get cussed out, the Rangers. He's wearing that suit. So just the poor lighting only brought out the bicep. I don't see that there's any way that he loses. Great lighting, the suit looks good. Bad lighting, the bulging bicep is popping out. Why y'all got to just make up stuff? Huh? Why y'all making up stuff? Right, legs, absolutely. They're just making up stuff. I mean, we all saw Harry on James Corden's show, and we saw him like eat up that obstacle course. Okay, he consumed it. It was like he took the whole piece of fish, put it in his mouth, and pulled the bones out. He took a chicken wing, put it in his mouth, pulled the bones out. He was eating up that course. So don't say this man was looking frumpy. That's insane. Those people are nuts. They struggle to find something. So he's sitting there with those overhead lights. Everybody's gonna look a little different. Like I said, some people, no matter what the lighting, right? Everybody's gonna look a little different. It brings out every oh God. Uh, there's some people that whatever the light, it just disagrees with them. And then there's Harry. There's our Duchess. They always look good. Sorry. And then they were making reference to his hair. Whatever you have to say about his hair, he don't look like that. He doesn't look like that. So say whatever you will. It doesn't matter. They are winning, and you all just can't take it. By the way, I just got a PayPal. I won't say the name, but the initials are D as in Doris, R as in Roberts. So thank you very much for the PayPal. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex, and happy Thursday to you. Usually I cut my phone off, but lately, have you noticed that the spams have slowed down? I'm not getting all those crazy spam calls. Usually they just seem to know when Royal Sussex is on, and they're just like, oh no, we got to see if he needs some new warranty on his car, or perhaps if he wants any type of benefits from insurance, uh, whatever subsidies. So anyway, that's our Harry. Don't come for him. All right, and oh, you know what? I got to bring up my other slides. I still got work to do. I got more slides, you guys. I paused to bring out that weirdo Earl Spencer. Oh man, just goes to show breeding isn't everything. I mean, if breeding was any insurance that you're brilliant, look at the Earl Spencer. Look at him. What did breeding do for him? Well, I tell you what, he gave a great speech when he um, dressed down the Queen that time. But other than that, I don't know what he's good for. Oh, wait a minute. How come that's not working? Oh, don't do this to me today. Don't do this to me today. Okay. There was an issue with your file. Please try again a little while. I don't have a little while. Live what is it? StreamYard? I am in the middle of Royal Sussex. Okay, let me grab my other PC. This is why you have to have a backup is for moments like this. Oh, wait. I think I got it. I think I got it. Let me try that. Oh man, they know they trying me today. So you might hear a little bit of an echo. I hope not. Last time this happened, I remember how I fixed it. So let's see if this works this time because I got a whole nother set of slides to bring up. Uh, today, I feel like the luckiest man on the face of the earth. Oh man, I love doing that. Okay, let me see if this works. Aha! Oh wait. Let me see. Did it work? Oh, okay. I think it is. Now I'm gonna turn off the old connection, and hopefully I don't disconnect you all. Okay, here we go. Hello. Okay, that worked. I think so. Whoo, boy, I was over here about to crap a brick out of my backside. Oh man. Oh, that gets stressful. Okay, let's see if that worked. Yes, success. There we go. Woo, boy, I was over here. I was sitting here just like, there we go. All right, so uh, Palisades truly thought Prince Harry would fail in the real world. Now, Kaiser, and by the way, if you all can hear me, Celebici, I am very disappointed you all have not been on. One of the things that I wake up looking for on Saturday morning is Celebici. And for a long time, I would wake up on Sunday hoping to see Tina and Michelle. Um, and one of these days, Tina and Michelle is going to surprise us. But as for Celebici, you guys, I know one of them just bought a house or something like that. Y'all come on back on here Sunday. I need Celebici. That's where I got jazz hands from. They are very. If you guys haven't watched Celebici, you have truly been missing out. Celebici is awesome. Okay. Well, let's hope that's all I'm doing to myself. Okay. All right. It's amazing how all these haters they start to look like animated characters. Have you guys noticed that? That these haters start to look like animated characters? See what I mean? They all start to look like some kind of characterization, like this one. They all take on something very bizarre. And with this one, it didn't take a lot of work. See there? Check that out. Now, either she's a troll doll. Wait, She's a troll doll or she's Mr. Magoo. Here she looks like Mr. Magoo. I kept looking at her. I'm like, who am I seeing? And I realized that she looks like the love child of Mr. Magoo and a troll doll. So, if there's any question about who her parents are, I would say that her father was probably Mr. Magoo, and there's her mom right there. Mother, father. I'm just saying, I cannot prove it. I cannot prove it, but there is a strong resemblance between the troll doll and Mr. Magoo. See? So I'm going to require DNA testing because I have a strong feeling that Angela Levin, Angela, daughter of Satan Levin, is actually the love child of Mr. Magoo and the troll doll. Yep. I'm just saying, unless you guys can prove otherwise, unless you guys can prove otherwise, that is her parents. I don't know who those other people were. I'm not interested. But I strongly believe that a union, a one night stand perhaps, of a troll doll and Mr. Magoo brought this evil upon us. And until you guys can prove different, then that's what I'm saying. That's all I got to say. The resemblance, I'm telling you, just a little saliva will tell the entire story. Yeah, I'm gonna be a little messy on my way out. There we go. Crown Prince is it Haken of Norway just celebrated his 49th birthday. One of the squatties posted this, and I have to say thank you because I didn't realize that he was 49 years old. As a matter of fact, maybe they're both 49 years old. There is that very loving, nurturing, very gentle natured, should I say, Prince William helping his pregnant wife down the steps of yet another private royal jet. See there? See how sweet he is? See how kind he is to help his wife down the steps? What a gentleman. Did I tell you guys that she's pregnant in that photo? She's pregnant and she's going down the steps of a plane and he's already jumped off and moved several feet away so that he can welcome her. Yep, that's our William. And there, you can see where one of the squatties was nice enough to remind us of how close they are. Um, do you remember when Eggs and Bones visited Norway? Bones was at the time was pregnant at the time, but couldn't Egg couldn't be bothered to hold her hand in the snow or escort her off the plane. Then look at Crown Prince. Look, I'm sorry. Then look at the Crown Prince, making sure his wife is behind him. I'm sorry, making sure. Oh, let me get this right. Making sure to walk behind his wife in case she falls. Okay. Now there it is right there, just in case you're wondering what he means. He's actually protecting his wife, whereas William is like, make it the best way you can. Not my job. Not my job. No help on the steps. No help in the snow. That's William. This is why the derangers are always so upset. Always upset with the Sussexes because of this embarrassing show, or should I say, embarrassing lack of affection. He loves his wife, Princess. I'm not even going to try to say it. Is it Maddie Merritt? Yeah, okay, that's it. He seems to be very much in love with her. A total opposite. It just goes to show you can be royal, you can uphold protocol, and still be a loving and nurturing husband to your wife if you choose to do so. Look at the way she has her hand on her heart. Isn't that beautiful? Now, be honest with you, I ain't never heard it in people before today, but just thought I would share that little contrast with you. Okay, and then there's Uncle Ken, who looks so much like Uncle Ben. I kept looking at his picture. I said, what is it about him that looks so familiar? Is it the wild rice? Is it the bow tie? Is it the hairline? What reminds me of Uncle Ben, Uncle Ken? I don't know. What is it about those two that reminds me? Maybe it's because of what they do for a living. They both actually, what do they do? Well, they both work for, well, the original Uncle Ben was a slave who worked for his wealthy masters, right? And then you have the other one who is, what does he do now? And he does work for a wealthy family, so yeah. And they both wear bow ties. Now, Uncle Ben, of course, they have changed his look. He doesn't have the bow tie or anything like that anymore. They decided to make him look more modern. But it is the Queen's supporter. His name is Ken, whatever his name is. And I believe he was born in Nigeria or his parents are from Nigeria. Anyway, he says the Queen supports Black Lives Matter movement, says black man who feels beholden to the royal family. Yeah, Uncle Ben or Uncle Ken, he is very beholden. He's the Lord Lieutenant of London. So whenever the Queen has business in London, he is the Queen's representative, like meeting people at the airport, escorting other royals around or whatever. That is his job. If the Queen is absent, if she doesn't send any other family members, she sends Uncle Ken. So, um, yeah, that's Uncle Ken. Okay. And of course, perhaps it was because of his relationship with her that she felt like she was down enough to go and get some cornrows. Maybe that was Uncle Ken's influence. Maybe he said, Mom, if you want to wear some cornrows, get yourself some cornrows. So again, it was because of, and of course, when the African people, or the people of African descent in Britain heard about the Queen's support for Black Lives Matter, you could see the response, right? When they black people in Britain found out how much the Queen support the supports the Black Lives Matter movement, you can see how they responded to Her Majesty's, you know, political stance. They were all quite taken by how the Queen, responded to Black Lives Matter. Everybody was just, up in arms, truly. That was people's reactions, though. They just, they were just like, okay, okay, I'm picking up what you're putting down. So, anyway, the Queen supports Black Lives Matter. So, yes, that was the overwhelming reaction all over Britain in the black community when they found out that the Queen not only supports Black Lives Matter, but that she loves having cornrows on the weekends. You know, when there's nobody around to do her hair, she likes to get her cornrows. And sometimes she will, don her black afro on and go out there and march in the streets. So her kente cloth crown, that's our queen. And according to Ken, Uncle Ken, according to Uncle Ken, the Queen supports Black Lives Matter. So, okay. Let me see. I think. Oh, by the way, where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Well, maybe they're here. Isn't it rich? Isn't she a scare? Our Duchess on Ellen DeGeneres, and she's not there. But where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Yes, Emily Andrews had the nerves to say that she doesn't see what the Sussexes have done since they left Narnia. Well, it's been 2 years. What have they done? This, this is what they've been doing. This is what the Sussexes have been doing. But where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Well, maybe they're here. Oh man. I saw that and I'm just like, girl, are you still at it? Are you still at it? Are you still trying to come for them? They have been busy. What have you been doing for 2 years? Huh? What have you been doing for 2 years? See how animated she gets? And this is like from an old thing I took off of the TV. But see how animated she gets when she's talking about the Sussexes? She still haven't learned her lesson. She hasn't learned how to do apply makeup, and she hasn't learned her lesson yet. They have done plenty. I'm not even going to call them out. You all see uh, their efforts right there. This is what they've been doing. Oh, and by the way, uh, as the time they left to present day, they are still the most influential couple in the world. That's what they've been doing. But where are the clowns? There ought to be clowns. Well, maybe they're here. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something. When the Cambridges do come to the US, when the Cambridges do come to the US, if I see her amongst all the Royal Rotary reporters, you know what I'm going to do, don't you? You know what I'm going to do?
Police! 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 Help! Police! Help! Police! Help! Help! Police! Help!
If I see any clowns running around Boston, that is going to be my reaction. When the Cambridges get to Boston and I see any clowns suddenly on the loose, I am going to raise the roof.
Police! 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 Help!
So I'm just saying, when they come to Boston, you come on with them because I'm ready. I am ready. I am going to yell to the top of my lungs, and I'm going to make sure that I get the police involved. I promise I will. So you just bring that suitcase full of makeup with you, and you come to Boston with them. Bring your makeup trunk and those tacky garments because I am going to be there calling for help. And that's all I got to say about the matter. Oh man. So anyway, you guys, that was fun. I told you I was feeling a bit messy today. Um oh man, I was feeling a little messy. And of course, along with the cry for police, I won't be done there because I'm going to make sure that we get some reinforcement. I'm also going to bring somebody else to Boston with me if I could raise the funds. I am.
That's Prince. Trenchtown wants $245 billion. That's what Trenchtown wants. $345 billion. Yes, thank you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's what Trenchtown wants. Yes. What do you
mean? Yes, I am going to have Trenchtown Man to make his appeal to William. And of course, when I see clowns, I am going to call for help. Deanna C says, hilarious podcast, listening with my cousin who likes making uninvited visits. She said, hey, Sussex Squad. Oh, well, hey to your cousin. And she's a new supporter of Meghan, huh? Very cool. Very, very cool. Thank you, Deanna C. Thank you for growing the squad. We need more people. And thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you ever so much for watching Royal Sussex. And so with that, we are going to give love to our faves. And that, of course, is our Queen of Everything, Queen Doria, and our Queen of Hearts, Princess Diana. All right. Thank you again, Legs, and thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. And I am looking for some last comments, and then we're going to ginger avenger ourselves out of here. The Duchess of Success is on in about an hour, but let me double check because sometimes she changes the time because she's working on a lot of projects right now. So let me see if she may have changed the time. I'm just going to check real fast. Okay, it does say today, and it should be in less than an hour. So you got that. Petal was on fire last night, so I don't know if Petal's going to be on today, but it'd be worth checking out. Yesterday she came on kind of late, but it was so good. And yeah, and so yeah, please support these various platforms. The Duke and if I'm pretty sure you all have done your homework as required to check out the Duke and her seeing the Duchess of Sussex herself right there on the streets of New York by the United Nations. That was exciting. I have watched it a couple times myself, so there's some more homework for you. But yeah, thank you so much, everybody. And okay. Oh man, just imagine clowns running all over Boston. Oh, okay. Let me see. I know. Well, it's gonna be December, so they do get heavy snow. Maybe they'll just stay home. Let me see. Wonder We got to get Trenchtown Man there. I don't know if Trenchtown Man has ever seen the cold before, or experienced snow, but we got to get him there. Oh, thank you so much, Annie Bennett. And let's see. Oh, Lydia, you are here today. I totally missed that. Hi, Lydia. Okay. All right. So, uh, okay. Hi, Judy Regal, Joseph Bernal, humorous. Oh, yeah, I said hi to you already. Oh, let's see. She said, "Hey y'all, I'm trying to get my mom and this girl to comment so I don't have to keep doing it." Well, when they're ready, let me see. I'm leaving it to you. Oh man, you know what? I still have to make a proper thumbnail. The one that I made was just last minute because that photo that I used for the thumbnail, I like to throw that out there every so often just to be shady. So not exactly the thumbnail that I wanted to use today. So um that was just like a last minute shade. Okay, yesterday was hump day. That was from yesterday. Okay, yeah, pay no attention to that one. Uh it was just a particular thing I was looking for from yesterday. That was a lot of fun. And nope, that wasn't it. That was number 1 from yesterday. Let me see if I can find number 2 from yesterday. Slide number 2. Uh, is that number 2? Yes, that's number 2. The Royal Hypocrites. There we go. Uh, okay, yeah, so this was from yesterday. I mentioned these are the people who actually are members of the royal family that, just like Nelson Mandela has spoken at the UN, none of the others have, of course, right? Our Duchess, of course, the Queen, Harry, and of course, these are the ones who haven't. So something about this has captured people's imagination. And just think, I was working on this right before I started yesterday. um, I was trying to put a thumbnail together, and this just popped out of nowhere. So that was a lot of fun, and I'm glad you all liked it. And believe me, it comes from the heart. It comes from the heart. But yes, thank you all. And Petal mentioned it yesterday. It was so funny. When I was in Costco and I heard her mention that, and I'm like frantically getting my phone. I'm like, what? What? And I saw this. I'm like, oh, that one. Yes, of course. Okay. So, all right. Thank you guys. Last word of the day is what is our last word of the day? No, it was Uncle Ken. Well, Uncle Ben and Uncle Ken. Interesting, they rhyme, don't they? Uncle Ben and Uncle Ken. Or oh yes, and it was somebody's birthday that I don't care to mention. I don't want to mention his birthday because the last time we talked about him, he may or may not have had some medical emergency. And next thing I know, they were talking about the Sussex Squad and Royal Sussex all over British television. So we don't want that to happen again. So I'm not going to send him a bucket of chicken for his birthday or anything like that. Or a six pack, but it is somebody's birthday. I'll let you all figure that out. Oh wow. Alberta says we have a place to lay our heads, we have food and our clothing, and we are grateful. We are still raising money to try to rebuild the house, but other than that, we are blessed and thank you. So glad to hear that. Okay, Yvonne Clark says, my son thought I was obsessed with Royal Sussex until he listened to your podcast on his own. Now he is hooked. Really? Love the Sussexes. All right. Cool. I'm so glad to hear that, Yvonne Clark. And hello to your son. Thank you for watching Royal Sussex. Very cool. All right. Of course, I hope I don't encourage anybody's family to do that Angela Levin voice. I hope your son doesn't go to school talking like Angela Levin. Megan, Megan, she's a Hollywood actress, and she always get what she wants because, and she put a camera in Archie's juice box, and Harry, he has a camera. That's why he has holes in his shoes. It's for the camera. Oh man, Mrs. Magoo. Oh, Angela, Angela, you alien creature, you. It is true though. All of those derangers, haters, the trolls, the especially the royal reporters, they all seem to have a certain look about them. They are such strange looking creatures. So strange. Oh, anyway, it's like Ripley's Believe It or Not. Remember the what was the that logo, or not the logo, but they're saying the strange, the bizarre, and the unexpected. Well, you could just take one of them and find strange, bizarre, and unexpected. You don't even need to like have one for strange, one for bizarre, and one for the unexpected. You could just take any given royal reporter and they're all those things by themselves. Uh, okay, you guys, I think we're done here. So, who wants the last word of the day? Yes, it is time for Ginger Avenger. Moderators. All right, this is a great last word. Karen says, time for the Ginger Avenger. Thanks, Baron. Great as usual. Thanks, moderators, for keeping this a safe space. See you tomorrow. Yes. Karen, thank you for the last word. Thank you for being a member of Royal Sussex. Oh, Yvonne, let's see, because he heard you. Oh, good. So he's not, you won't have to go to school and have a talk with the counselors. Okay, that's good. I have gotten in trouble like that before. I couldn't even tell you this. Well, I could tell you the story, but I won't. But some poor child was repeating me, and the father was like, "Don't worry, we'll talk to them at school Monday." And it was just a miss. I didn't, I was in a group of people and I didn't know somebody had brought their kids with them. And all of a sudden, this poor kid was repeating what I said. And I was like, hey, where'd you come from? And he couldn't have been older than 5, maybe. And so I said, listen, kid, uh, we don't always repeat everything that adults say, and you don't, and anything I say and out of context. And he just looked at me and shook his head and smiled, and then he started repeating over and over again. I won't even tell you what I said, but over and over again. And then he was like jumping down the steps, saying each word and syllable separate. And I was so embarrassed. And his parents were, like, oh, he'll be okay. And then the father said, that's okay. We'll talk to them at school Monday. So I was so embarrassed. I mean, it wasn't awful. It's just that if a kid would say it, it would sound weird. So, okay. Thank you so much, M. Covington. Hello, everyone. Keep the fight going. Much love for everyone on the team. Well, thank you, M. Covington. And thank you for being here. And thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Thank you for the super sticker. All right. So, we are going to make haste and get out of here. And thank you, Yvonne. And thank you to your son for enjoying Royal Sussex. I appreciate him watching as well. Anytime there's no school counselors involved, I'm happy. Uh, if you don't have to, if you don't have to talk to the school counselors, it's a good day. All right. Oh man, Baron, you got to be more careful. Okay. Faith, hope, love wants the Rottweiler. Seriously? Oh, let me see if it's handy. Let me see if it's handy. Um Okay, this is the shortened version. This is the shorter version. Do you know? Do you know when I was making that video, I literally cried myself to sleep that night. I was in tears. I was in tears when I made that video. Um how let me make sure that I get myself in the right key. See, I was about to close this out, and now y'all want a whole nother round of messy. Okay. I guess I don't have to be in the right key. Okay. Shall we take it from the top? How much is that just in the window? Oh man, how much is that just in the window? So much for rewriting history, huh? Oh, Joan Garcia, thank you for that. I gotta stop smiling. My face is hurting from today. Thank you, Yvonne Clark. Thank you so much for the super sticker. And thank you to your family. Thank you so much for watching Royal Sussex. Okay, I think we're good then. All right, so we've had our last word of the day. Cue Ginger Avenger. Thank you very much. This has not been a Mark Goodson or Bill Totson production. No animals were maimed or injured throughout the production of Royal Sussex, and any nudity or violence was definitely not intentional. And plus, I put some tape over the camera. Oh man, if that tape ever came off that camera, if that tape ever came off that camera, I tell you, it'd be a whole nother Royal Sussex. And of course, as always, there are no leaks in Montecito. That's what we love about Montecito. There are no leaks. Uh, oh man. Okay, I got to stop. You guys have put me in such a good mood today. Um, Not that I was in a bad mood, but I mean, I had some good news and the bad news yesterday. The good news is my gums are healthy. I don't have gingivitis or anything like that. The bad news is if you want your smile back, um, we may need Congress to appropriate that. But um, yeah, so that was good news and bad news. Okay, let me see. All right, we're good then. All right, you guys, I love you. I am going to log out. Remember, I'll um, make lunch and listen along with you guys to the Duchess of Success, who's coming up very soon. And I will. Oh, and if you guys would like to contribute to the GoFundMe for Verda, it is still on the community tab. Just go to the community tab and scroll back a little bit. It is still there. So if you want to make a contribution, I'm going to just leave it there. And you could always go back and do that, or you can at least go back and read the about what happened and everything. So that is there too if you would like to know more about the story. Thank you again, and I will see you all later. Okay. In broadcast. Au revoir. Wait. Arve. Wait. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Yes. Au revoir. Um. Yeah. Am I saying that right? Au revoir. Au revoir. Oh man. Okay. So that was close. I'm going to get my French right one of these days. Okay. Bye, y'all.